It's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would get a quick cardio session in before I eat. Started this a little later than I'd like, so we may not run it crazy long. Got to get that blog up. But training went decent today. Pretty much did. Also hit live as soon as you guys and gals get in here. So pretty much did what I planned to do. Came in, hit a training max on a squat and a deadlift variation, both with chains. I did sumo with chains today, by the way. I haven't touched sumo in years. Felt a little funny. And like I said, I didn't go crazy heavy. It's just over 500 with everything loaded. So I haven't done sumo in a while, but it felt like a training max. So it was just 455 and then 55 pounds of chains. Notice I can't get my hips quite into a low enough position on sumo. So that's the interesting thing. When I start doing conjugate type maxes and training maxes again, we start to find the disparities in the strength, right? So it lets us know what we need to work on, and it teaches us to get into these different awkward positions. That's one reason people get so strong on that system. You can find your weak links on everything. You learn to strain in these awkward angles, but then you start seeing where you're weakest. So I know for me looking at that, so I did a wide stance box against chains with just a normal squat bar. And then I did a sumo deadlift with chains. And I kind of can see that little bit of hip mobility needs to be sorted. So into those wide stances, I don't quite have that sorted completely. So some of the box work will help with that. Making sure I go really deep on the belt squats like I'm doing now. It will help me with those things. So, that's the beauty of rotating all these maxes on that system. You start to see where your weak links are, in everything, and then you can shore all that stuff up. Plus, you get stronger in those positions just by doing the different stuff, right? It teaches you to learn to pop into awkward angles and then grind through them and find your sweet spot. But a reminder, guys, click that like button for Daddy as soon as y'all get in here. Come on now. And yes, I throw the bad thumbnail and other stuff because for some reason it gets views. I'm just going to go all in on all that. I don't care anymore. You know what? That was the interesting thing. I lost a few followers here and there who didn't like any of that, but then gained others. And you know what? If I'm going to cash in on something, then I guess go all in and, just run with it. And the people who are going to be loyal are going to be loyal, and the newer people who like it will rotate in. At the end of the day, I've always told people either you like my information and support it or don't. Either, and if you don't like different stuff I do, I'm going to change the way I do stuff for you. Can you do Leo for $100? So do you need me to make a little video saying like a cameo type thing? Then that's going to cost you. Ahmed says, hi, old man. What's up, man? How you doing, Ahmed? Hey, Leo, I don't do anything for free, man. I'm a businessman. No offense intended. But there's two of you commenting and only one like. This is the problem. Hey, click that like button for Daddy. That like button is what gets us into other people's feeds so they see it. So reach over and click it. Come on now. There we go. Thank you. Get those likes up. But no, Leo, you gotta hit me up for stuff like that. You want any sort of dedication? Like I've had people pay me to do a happy birthday to their husband or whatever who followed, was a fan. But thank you. There's my motivation. There we go, Mike. But yeah, you guys will get the vlog up here later. So conjugate type, just training maxes. They weren't true maxes today. Followed by other training. Plus I got to get rid of this low quad DOMs. All the high bar squatting and the deep belt squats is hitting them. I think taking the leg extensions out will help. So I think changing that frequency a little will help there too. Are you? Yes, I'm a strength coach. Ahmed, everybody knows this. Come on now. Said hi, how you doing, y'all? All right. Yes, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. Look at a lot of my clients, look at the physique transformations I put up, And I've had quite a few national level lifters. I've put up a lot of clients over the years with elite lifts. Gordon Sweetcorn, he doesn't need to do a heavy 1 to 3 rep max followed by 10s. He seems to do mainly puts a 5 to 8 with big barbell. Are you talking about Ted? Because that's what I have him doing right now. Ted needs to gain muscle. He needs to make lean gains. He needs to gain lean muscle. And that's what we're doing for that. It's very specific to what he's doing, Gordon. Okay. So, it's just the nature of how I train him. Coach, for pec tears rare for natural lifters. Depends on how wide they bench. Narrower bench, natural lifters are pretty much unheard of. All right? Like people who are fully inside the rings and they're drug-free, I think pec tears are almost unheard of. The beach whale managed to walk on land. It's a miracle. What are you talking about? I'm whatever. So what about someone who's an athlete first and using, hey, Gordon, that's way too long for me to read. You start that really, really small. You type in me pages knowing I've got sunlight hitting me and I'm doing a walking cardio. Keep them to 2 lines on me. So I have a lot of different methods I use for different people. They're very case specific. If you start wanting me to try to break down specific rules in my videos and lives for how I'm going to set up everything for each type of lifter, you're going to get a lot of stuff wrong because I'm going to run out of breath trying to talk about it and I'll get confused and you're going to get bad information. So if you're wanting that level of nuance, this is almost like you probably need a one-on-one consultation at that point. When we start wanting to get into intricacies of individual programming for athletes. Okay. All right. So which style of training is best for an athlete who's only doing strength for sport? All right, that's the wrong question. Either depends. It literally depends on what our exact goals are in a phase. You're asking stuff like best for an athlete, and I'm telling you best is phase specific. Now, could you in theory run either approach though and probably be okay? Sure. But when you're going to pay me to coach you month to month, we're going to optimize. Let's see. Jason, to people, yes, they obviously do. Like, you shouldn't really need to ask that. Oops. I'd meant to just... Yeah, it's too hard to block. Man, I want to put people in timeout in the lives, but it's too hard to hit the correct button when I'm doing the walking ones. Do you think you're looking better now? Pronto, I don't know. I need you to determine that for me. I literally personally don't know. So I'm the wrong person to ask. Find someone who's objective. Like, do I need to get a group of women up? Do we need to get a group of gay dudes up to vote on it? But I'm not that good at my own objectivity. So, well, that came up in the breakfast chat. Like when people ask me that stuff, I don't always see it, but I go off of other people's objective opinions and stuff who know me. And again, I always remind people, don't get so hung up in the Instagram fake stuff because the people you follow on social media don't look like that every day. That's not actually what they look like. Half the time, that's never what they look like. So keep that in mind. So when you're talking about what the general population out there has seen or they even see at gyms or whatever, for people who are not trying to win bodybuilding shows, and you're wanting to look good, you need a context for what the normal people see. Max effort and dynamic effort sets of 10 seem to be a perfect system. Yeah, it works pretty well. Although sometimes the 10s on some lifts can be a bit much. It depends again on what we're doing. I wish women, why don't you get leaner? So build some muscle up and get leaner. Also keeping in mind, I always remind people, look at the different demographics too. Okay. Hey Gordon, man, there's a point where we're getting into too much nuance, sometimes too much fatigue. So when we're picking different rep ranges we're doing for stuff, we do have to balance out overall fatigue, how much metabolic fatigue, how much cardiovascular fatigue are we creating, versus what are we doing with tension. So balancing that with what's happening with beating up joints. So we get into a lot of nuance. This stuff doesn't matter for low-level lifters. But when we're talking fairly advanced athletes, this stuff starts to become really important very, very fast. Dark, so if you're doing a 3-day push-pull legs and you have room for a 4th day, some weak point training. Some of my guys who chase purely aesthetics who are drug-free will do a shoulder day. A guy on gear, I don't know that we need a shoulder day at all, honestly, if they're not trying to compete in bodybuilding. Gordon again depends on the exercise. I mean, there's a lot of exercises I'll take. I like the 6 to 8. A lot of the compounds do really well on 6 to 8 still. But no, 10s can be perfectly fine. Like I did 10s yesterday on dips. I did 10s on tricep extensions. Today I did 6 to 8 on everything but the reverse hypers. So I did 6s on my belt squats and 8 on my glute ham raises after doing singles. Because I did a training max on a box squat with chains and a sumo deadlift with chains. Okay, thanks. I feel I have a lot of space for a 4th. Cool, man. Also, there's a whole lot of people commenting and there's only 5 likes. If y'all could give Daddy a like here, I would appreciate it. Hit that like button. All right, reach up, hit the like button. You know you want to. I'll say it's sexier if I have to. I noticed that works a lot better. I did that on the last couple of these and a bunch of people click like. So if I get monotonous with it, it doesn't work. Be like, reach up and press that like button for Daddy. Come on now. You got to do the sexy voice. People like that. Of course, as I always say, I'm strictly taco, no burrito, but $20 is $20. Always wins. All right? I've liked Dad. Appreciate it. See, there we go. That got a couple likes, more likes in there. All right. I feel like at this point, the people who get upset about that stuff have already dropped as followers. Seems to be the case. So, seems to be the case. I'm just going to have fun with all that. I'll throw up the sexy pictures. I'll call myself Daddy. I don't care. Point where I don't care. It's easier to take someone who's fat and strong and make them lean, or someone who's skinny and get them strong. Oh, it's way easier to do the first, technically. Because gaining muscle is slow, losing fat is easy. Keeping in mind, Samuel, gaining fat doesn't make you gain muscle faster. This has been shown pretty much in the lab. So the answer you're looking for, don't use it as a strategy, because the answer is obviously, extremely obviously, the first one is way easier and way faster. But that's because they already have invested 5 or 10 years into building muscle. Makes sense. The skinny, weak person still has to put in 5 to 10 years of work to build the muscle. Losing fat is easier than gaining muscle and much quicker. So again, when I say that though, people will jump up and go, oh, so we should just bulk and get fat. No, because you're gonna have to diet after for no additional benefit, right? The fat gain doesn't make you gain muscle. This has been shown pretty objectively. Does Frenchie have body dysmorphia? He's photoshopped a Greek statue face on himself. I have no idea. He has all sorts of issues, but I don't know if that's one of them, you know. The fact that he's in the closet is a big issue, because I know from things he says in groups and other stuff he's done that he has an obsession with me sexually. His thumbnails alone prove it, his videos prove it, while getting up and screaming about degeneracy. But keep in mind, he also grew up with an Islamic background. So he comes from a culture and a family that teaches that, you know, it's like death penalty, potentially up to. So he probably struggles with his own identity and emotions. Coach, would you be open to working with a stylist? Not really. Not right now. All right. How the Islamic background would explain why he... Yeah, James, and I mean, that's I'm not making fun of anybody saying that. That's just a simple fact, right? You know, Islam, and then by default, Islamic-inspired cultures have a problem with it because of the religion. Like, they're not cool with it. You know, probably to the most extreme position possible. And then he comes from that background. And people are born that way, you know. He didn't choose to be that way, so then he deals with his urges and problems, and then his self-shame due to his upbringing. Hence why he talks about the degeneracy. I'm going to make a video, though, directed at the noble maddies, pointing out that if we start looking at some textbook definitions of social degeneracy, grown men watching cartoons could actually count as degenerate behavior. What do you guys think of that? No, I haven't done a spa or massage really in a long time. I had an ex who thought it was cool. We did one, and she bought one for a gift from me before. But I mean, realistically, if we're going to talk about, go look up what the definition of degeneracy is, particularly social degeneracy. We could very, very clearly make a very strong case for grown men watching cartoons obsessively as a form of degenerate behavior. Because it is men behaving childlike. So if you look at those studies that showed that women are turned off by men who watch anime, right? Do you guys remember those? Those are studies on that, because they view them as childlike. If you ask women, they're like, because they're behaving like children, not a man. Radiant, hey, since I'm fasting for Ramadan, I had a bad night of sleep. I lost 20 kilograms on my list, recovery lifts. All right. Radiant, I got 2 clients who are going through Ramadan right now. Dude, just do training maxes. Don't go 100%. Cut your volume in half. Do maintenance volume, maintenance lifts. You're not going to make gains during Ramadan, homie. Radiant, you are not going to make gains during Ramadan. Your best case is to keep what you have. Okay? Right? And that's my best advice, particularly when you've got a good, like a 230 deadlift. So for example, Taha, we just hit a 500-pound deadlift a week before Ramadan. That was his goal. We set the goal of before Ramadan hit, he wanted that lifetime goal, and we did it. I should put the clip up later. And then now, dude, I haven't had him pull more than 425. He hit 500 a week before Ramadan. We're just doing singles with 425 during it. Okay, makes sense? I only have him doing like 20, 30-minute workouts tops. Okay? We're just trying to keep what he has, and he'll probably lean out a little bit. You know? So, it's the nature of the beast. I mean, Ramadan is hard when you lift, dude. But I think that's kind of the idea, right? It's supposed to be, my understanding is the concept of it is to instill discipline. NH must be on a washing strike. Guy doesn't know what a shower exactly, or a haircut. He needs some shampoo. That's what that man needs. He needs an Amazon wish list like I got. And I got an Amazon wish list, by the way. It's on my links and on all my stuff. And he needs one, and he needs some shampoo in there. And maybe like some bubble baths and some bath salts, and, you know, get his nasty, greasy looking butt in a hot bath and wash that hair. That would do him some good. I only watch cartoons when I smoke cannabis, right? So again, we kind of fall back to that point. But I feel like that would be an interesting video. It'll upset some people though. But, you know, it'll be directed at the noble natties because they're all obsessed with this anime stuff, and then they talk about degeneracy. But they're engaging in childlike behavior as grown men. That would qualify as a form of degeneracy. Like society, right? When you look up the definitions of it. He needs therapy to be spending hundreds of hours obsessing over someone else, right? Obsessing over my butt, everything else. Hello, you're okay? Yeah, I'm good. Has he responded to any of your comments? No, he hasn't. I've been spamming his stuff. He did start posting. He's posting under some of his stuff. He hadn't replied to me. Unless he's done it this morning, I didn't check. I left a bunch of comments. I haven't commented to him. So he has been posting now on his YouTube. Seems to have let it go for now. See what he's going to do. My girl, no, Jack, I don't have any advice, man, other than go make some gains in the gym. Focus on your business. Focus on your money. Make gains in the gym. You'll find another one. Upgrade. Yeah, James, his videos, he has a YouTube channel, okay? And on his YouTube channel, he uploads videos. He's commented not under the live. I saw it was the last video he uploaded, not a live. So he's made a couple comments there. I wouldn't reply. Yeah, go in there and tell him to join my OnlyFans, guys. That's what I've been doing. I'm advertising for my OnlyFans on his social media. I figure since all his fans are obsessed with me, romantically or sexually, because he's made all these videos on it, that's a source of income. Now that they know that I got an OnlyFans, I'm gonna make money on them. All right, I'm on it, Coach. Appreciate it, James. Coach, I laughed just now when I saw your comments on Frenchie stuff on Instagram or on YouTube. I did it on both. I went in hard. You got these guys under pressure, like the ZZ Top song. Got me under pressure. Right? All right, I'm walking back through the sunny area. I can't see my screen so well. Yeah, it's decently warm. It's in the 70s. Welcome to central-ish, east-ish Texas. I'm just north of Houston. So it's warm and humid. Warm and humid. But I think I'm gonna head home. It's almost noon. It was a squat and deadlift day, and I got fasted cardio in, so I feel like I've earned some food. I'm back on lower carbs, so I should tighten up. I haven't played any video games in years, dude. I still have Skyrim and a couple other ones for the Xbox, but I haven't played them. I don't have time, man. Like, time I could spend playing video games, I could either be playing my guitar, I could be doing social media posts to make me money and get me followers or possible clients, or I could be spending time with women. So why would I play video games? All right? Or I could sleep. So at no point does playing video games help me make money, make gains, or get pussy. Therefore, it is a waste of time. All right, when's the last time? Why is that your business? That's like a OnlyFans type question. You're gonna have to pay to ask me that question. So go join my OnlyFans. The link's down under all my stuff, and go ask me that question there. I might charge you for the answer though. Okay. Brother, just shave all 5 minutes of hair off it. Yeah, pretty much. Coach, you tell it like it is. Wins. Thumbs are coordination. No, not really. But you know, how's a video game going to compare with the guitar for that? Hey Mac, that's an OnlyFans question. Why are you in here asking me that? Do you think about Kevin Levrone in his prime? Kevin Levrone, let's state what he was known for in the bodybuilding world. He was known for great genetics and known for being extremely lazy, right? That was actually said by many critics back then. The reason he never beat Dorian is he was lazy. Dorian simply worked harder than him more consistently. Levrone could have been Mr. Olympia genetically, but he was lazy, known as just lazy as hell. Like, that is what people said back in the day. Like, as lazy as he trained, most of you guys would never look like you lift. If you used no drugs and had average genetics, you would probably never get through the first 6 weeks or 8 weeks of novice phase training like he did. The guy took 3 months off completely from working out every year. During the summer, he just took 12 weeks and didn't touch a single weight or go to the gym. Literally. He admitted it. Brandon, the guitar is not just one hand. Yeah. You got to work on your picking skills then. Mess with some more pinch harmonics and stuff. Is it okay to shave? Sorry guys, I'm having to put my hand over so I can read it. Okay to shave with electric razor instead of cream, I suppose, but not your face. Cool facts about lazy training. Yep. Yeah, Levrone was known for being lazy. Goes to show you what drugs plus ridiculous genetics will do. What's up? Well, I don't even know what a slap head is. Are 3x5 curls good? Probably not. Yeah, it's a good way to eventually tear a bicep if you don't know what you're doing. I'd be very careful. Mark. I'd be careful with that one. Hey, Mark, I'm not answering that anymore. Mark, I don't answer any of your bulking or cutting or body weight questions because I've told you about 30 times now, and multiple other followers or I've told you to quit asking too in the streams. I'm not answering you anymore. All right, because I've already told you the answers. You already know my answers. All right, tips for building up strength on curls. Slow, progressive overload is going to take a long time. Biceps are the smallest major muscle in the upper body. All right, so for curls, probably close to like 8 to 12 is probably a little bit better of an idea. All right, guys, I'm done. I want to get some breakfast. I just got home, so I'll talk to you guys next time.